Hi everyone, welcome to Intuitive Garden Tarot. My name is Nicole. Welcome back if you're returning. I have the door open behind me so my doggy can sit and listen instead of scratching on the door. I might be in here recording several readings today, and we already have a card jumping out. I am preparing to do the weekly energy forecast for my viewers for the week of May 12th through the 18th. And what jumped out was the Ace of Wands reversed. So we'll get into that in a minute. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, Ten of Wands, Knight of Swords, Three of Cups, and the Five of Cups. Okay, and today, about 45 minutes ago, was the peak of the full moon in Scorpio. Super intense energy. I'm feeling like a broken record. It just feels like there's always intense energy, but this was an intense full moon, and it was, I think, called a micro moon. It's further away from the Earth, so it seems a little smaller and a little less bright. So maybe that was a little bit of a softening of the intensity for us to experience it in a little more gentle of a way. But let's start with the recent past. We have the Nine of Wands energy, and he's really burnt out. He's been fighting for quite a while and just doesn't seem like he feels safe letting his guard down right now. There's still so much energy. See the swirls of energy behind those wands. I get the sense that you're feeling the energy burnout, but that there's still so much going on and that it isn't really appropriate or safe to relax right now, if I'm feeling that correctly for you all. So the Ace of Wands reverse feels stuck, like something's not happening that maybe you want to happen. Maybe you've been investing in something here with the Seven of Pentacles, really putting a lot of effort, energy, finances, blood, sweat, and tears, I'm hearing, into some project or possibly a relationship, and feeling stuck, waiting for the fruits of your labor to show up, so to speak. And right at the heart of the reading, we have the Ten of Wands, which is just carrying a heavy load, doing more work. Chop wood, carry water. So this is, again, notice the concentric circles of energy flowing behind him. What I'm getting is that we're looking at this Nine of Wands energy of being on guard and battle weary, moving into completing that cycle. Like there's just a little bit more to go, one last load of wands to carry up that hill, which is good news, really good news. Everybody needs a break right now, right? At least a little break, or something sweet to come to fruition, seeing and experiencing some of your hard work in the 3D, not just in the spiritual way or just knowing that you're doing a good job, but really wanting to experience some of the rewards. And the outcome energy, where the energy is going of this week, is the Knight of Swords. And he is really charging ahead, headstrong. So there is the potential with all of that energy and burnout to find yourself in arguments. And what I'm getting from that, because he's charging towards this Three of Cups, so that's my pause there. And the Three of Cups is the celebration, coming together in community, with like-minded people, with your tribe, friends, family, whatever that means to you. There are pumpkins on the bottom. It is a harvest celebration. Okay, so looks like the energy is at least moving fast and strong towards celebrating something coming to fruition. Oh, good gracious, we all need that. I didn't want to say any inappropriate word there. And the Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords, he's an advocate. He really charges forth advocating, speaking up for truth and justice, and he's advocating for celebration and coming together. So I think the strong message here is to bond with people, really lean on your friends, be a friend, maybe even create an opportunity to invite people over, a small celebration for whatever reason. We're not in the harvest, we are in the spring, but at least in this part of the world, so it might be a good time to create a gathering and just focus on what is right, because if you're working on projects or a situation that is still taking its time to come to fruition, it can be a real drag if you're investing time, energy, money, and not really feeling that payback. So the advice is to really focus on what does feel good and what is already going right in your life, and that is shining through as your community, to really invest in your community, spend time with your community, your friends, your soul tribe this week. That's going to be really helpful, because right behind that we have this Five of Cups energy, which is about grief, loss, shame. And again, I'm seeing those swirls behind this figure in the background. The heaviness continues on. What's going on in the global stage is a reflection of what we're experiencing often in our own individual lives. And there is a lot of grief and loss to be witnessed, if not felt yourself. And my heart goes out to you if you're feeling that yourself or in your community right now. Definitely, it's just been a rough ride for a lot of people and a lot of different cultures. There's, again, so much going on around the world. But I'm really hearing to let the emotions flow. We don't want to focus on over-celebrating in the sense of trying to numb ourselves or deny our feelings. But it's more celebrating that we have a community to lean on. Most of us do, and if you don't, hopefully you're still finding it online or in some way. If you're feeling isolated and like you're not a part of that community, or like you've lost someone important close in your community, that might be coming up for some of you as well. Kind of a mixed bag of blessings and grief and feeling stuck and working hard and taking time to play a little bit too, and play hard maybe even. Let's see what else wants to come through here to bring more clarity to this energy of this week. If you are feeling like this isn't quite specific enough for you, I would love to read cards for you individually and tap into your energy. This is a general reading, so it may not resonate, or parts of it might, but not others. So take the parts that resonate, leave the rest, and remember you can go to intuitivegardentarot.org and book a session with me there if you would like to look at your own individual questions, needs, life energies. All right, and what came out here is obsession, obscurity, and nourish. Interesting, because the full moon right here is coming up. So let's look at obscurity for a moment. Underneath it says secrets, mysteries, concealing. So there you have it. There is that full moon energy in Scorpio. Scorpio is about secrets, things that are hidden, deeply hidden, coming to the surface. That's also what the full moon is about. So it's kind of a double whammy of really having to look at things, or the light shining on things that were not seen before, that were not known before. And that's why I started by saying maybe it's even a blessing that this was a micro moon instead of a super moon, because it's already just doubly hitting hard at the deep, deep stuff that is hard to look at or hard to learn about. So that is a little bit of a softening, that that moon was a little bit further removed from Earth. And obsession, infatuation, adoration, addiction, along with nourish, self-growth, self-focused, self-finding, soul-finding, excuse me. Kind of the same thing. But what's jumping right out here is we have addiction mentioned on this card. We have a drink here on the card of self-growth, self-focused, soul-finding, and we have, of course, these celebrating with a chalice of a beverage of sorts. So this might be a specific message to some of you about nourishing yourself, again, in a healthy way that allows your emotions to flow. See, this character is really feeling the heaviness of the grief of these three cups that have spilled in front of him. And the river is really illuminating when I see it on my table. And it's moving in flow, so it's important to let those emotions flow and not bottle them up with the bottle or with any other habits. This is, of course, being very specific to alcohol, numbing yourself with alcohol, but it can be TV, it can be just even simply numbing yourself by sheer force of will and determination to ignore. Some people are completely free of chemicals, they're completely sober in a state of sobriety, but they're emotionally still addicted to resisting the flow of emotions. So it's not always just about substances, it's about your relationship to your own health, to your own self-care, and looking at your habits. Maybe that's something coming to the surface now, coming to light. Maybe you're discovering that with somebody else, having some issues, and that's coming to light for you, somebody you're relating to, someone in your community. Again, very interesting, intense energy. I feel like we need one more card. Let's pick a card from the garden here at Intuitive Garden. And if you're liking this video and still watching, please remember to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel on YouTube if you haven't already. Please share my videos with anyone who might appreciate this kind of insight and guidance. Okay, what does the garden have to say? Tie this all together. Fertility. Nice. Watermelon. There's Leo energy there. And I'm going to study that image on the bottom. Oh, it's literally like a baby growing in a little love potion. So some of you might be really focused on adding to your community, celebrating and creating a new life, and it seems that the energy is really ripe for that right now. Leo energy is fire energy. It's about pursuing your joy, your passions, what's fun for you. And that's where we were here with these two. He's really advocating for just have some fun. Don't forget to have some fun right now. Take a time out. Yes, give yourself time to be with the feelings that need to flow, but don't forget to have fun. And if you're not expanding your family or hoping to expand your family or conceive a child, this can be a fertile idea, a business, an investment, again, something beautiful has the potential to come together here. If you can stay aligned with the energy and keep yourself centered as much as possible. And don't forget to focus on what it is you wish upon in your lucky stars. Don't abandon your dreams, your hopes and dreams right now. And that's getting to me. So hold space, light a candle, in whatever way you can. Post-its on your mirror, something. Remind yourself of why you're doing this work, why you're here, what it is that inspires you and that you're being called towards, that is beautiful and bigger than what you're experiencing right now. And I'm even hearing some of those wishes are already coming true for some of you, and some are still in the works. But this is a nice note to finish on for this reading, because there is some work involved and some heaviness, of course, but there is also celebration and the opportunity to really nurture something that you want to grow. And again, maybe even some of the fruits of your labor are ripening right now or this week, and you can enjoy that this long journey was not a waste of time and effort. All right, with that, everyone, I will leave you with this, and I wish you a great week. Stay tuned for your Zodiac videos. I'll be recording those this week as well for your individual Zodiac signs, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.